Hey, welcome back to my channel, everyone. Cameron here. Today I'll be coming to you guys with another video on how to draw the human hand. I'll explain my approach in the simplest way that I can. Feel free to pause the video at any point if I happen to go too fast. I hope this video tutorial helps you as well as supports you on your art journey. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see additional videos on, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated, and now let's get to the video. Okay, so for this tutorial we're going to start with the top-down view of the hand. We're basically going to just pretty much do like 3 views of the hand, but this is going to be like our palm facing down view. So basically just want to start with a simple square, and then next draw like a square kind of coming out of the left side of the hand. This is just going to represent our thumb. And then next we're going to draw the reference points for the joints and knuckles. So we want about 4 knuckles on the top part of the palm. And this is usually just to help you later on, once you have all the reference points down, just to connect each one, so to help you to form each finger. And usually about each finger has about will have about like 3 circles total. Including the knuckle. So the knuckle, the middle part of the finger, and then the tip of the finger, basically. And sometimes I'll draw like a straight line in the middle of each circle just to help me figure out which part of the finger is the middle, if that makes sense, or where the direction of the finger is facing. Basically each finger is kind of at a slant, if that makes sense, so it's not like full on straight, at least from a certain angles. But from this angle, each finger is gonna be slightly rotated, if that makes sense. And then now, as you can see, we are able to like connect each or form each finger just from using those reference points. And you can see how it helps a lot just having those down, and you can just pretty much connect everything from there. And usually right at the point of where the thumb and palm meet, the palm usually will be overlapping the thumb. As you can see, that little crease we drew there. So next we're just gonna draw like our palm facing up view. So again, you just want to draw a simple square, and the square doesn't have to be too perfect. It's just something to help form the palm. And so with this view, it's going to be a little different since the palms are facing us, facing towards us. You want to, it's going to basically gonna be, you want to draw the thumb as if it was kind of like overlapping the palm. So it's basically like since we didn't get to see it from the top, it's gonna basically be like a shape kind of extended. And we won't draw the knuckle reference points in this view, only because they're not shown, of course, but instead you want to draw like lines that are kind of like it's basically going to just represent the starting points of the fingers instead of just doing the reference points, which you can do in this view, but I preferably do it with just the lines I just drew. Because if you do it with the reference points in this view, it might look weird, so just keep that in mind if you decide to use the reference points. And now, as you can see, again, just instead of using the reference points, we're going to use just lines that kind of go in the same direction as the creased lines in the inner part of the finger, if that makes sense. So as we go along, you'll see as you go along, but basically each crease line in the finger has a certain direction it goes in, and usually the middle line of the finger, it'll usually curve downward, and then as you transition upward, the very tip will start to like curve upward. And it's just me kind of like refining certain areas, kind of just defining more parts that are a little darker. Okay, so next, this is just gonna be our side view of the hand. Usually you want to start with pretty much like the thumb, since that's gonna be the closest part of the hand that's coming towards us. And usually for this view, I kind of go back and forth when it comes to certain approaches, but when it comes to foreshortening or overlapping shapes, I'll do like some cylinder shapes to help me get to a certain form that I'm trying to create. So as you can see here, I'll do like a cylinder for the thumb, the tip of the thumb. And I might have gone a little dark with this one, but I think you get the idea. And then that's a reference point for the knuckle of the index finger. And this is just the wrist. Wherever there's a bend, you want to do like a crease line usually. So that's what that was just now. This was a little tricky when it comes to the side, but again, you could apply the first technique we did for the first view of the hand. So basically just the reference points again. And it can even just be little dots, not even full on circles, but usually that I noticed for me, I like using the circles more just to really see where everything is, you know. Just kind of just connect everything from there on. In the the middle finger is gonna be the tallest out of the bunch. So the index will slightly overlap it when it comes to the side view, and then you won't really see the rest of the fingers in the back. But you could do it where you could just like give it some shadow for like the additional fingers. But even then, I wouldn't bother putting too many because it won't look too it'll kill the foreshortening, how the forms are kind of overlapping, if that makes sense. And normally when things are in the background or shaded, try to make it so that it's a little lighter than what I've done here. I kind of messed up on that part, but usually that'll give it some more depth, and it'll make it so that the thumb is kind of coming towards us even more, if that makes sense. And then this is me again, just kind of refining and defining certain areas a little bit more so you can see the forms kind of taking shape a little bit better. And some of these lines that you see that are kind of, they may be a little darker than what they would normally would look if you were rendering it. So this is just to keep in mind if you, once you are able to like know how to draw a hand, you could you can usually like lighten most of the inner lines that are drawn in within the hand, just so it's not too doesn't give it like an outline look, if that makes sense. So because normally this is just to help you see which part is which and how it's shaped. So kind of like separated shapes or simple shapes that are kind of like in a form of the whole hand, if that makes sense. But basically, I'm just saying when it comes to the hand or any part of the body, usually the lines that are within that shape aren't as dark as what I've depicted here, if that makes sense. But this is again just to help. This is just to help you know where to place certain shapes and how they connect with each part of the hand. I believe that is our video. I hope this video tutorial helped you, and take care.